Over 50,000 soldiers have been injured from the wars in Iraq and Afghanistan. More than 1,500 have lost a limb. These numbers are a glimpse of the grim realities of war. Yet, some soldiers are finding hope in the form of wheels.
The ride was started in 2004 by a man named Chris Carney in Long Island, New York. He was a bartender at a bar that I happened to work at as well. And we heard about people getting injured, warriors getting injured that live on Long Island, and we wanted to do something to help them. Started with a concert, and over a beer, Chris said he would ride his bicycle across the country to raise awareness, and thought that was something that needed to happen. And we agreed. Easy for us to agree with him, riding his bike 4,600 miles, and we went off and did it.
It's now known as Soldier Ride. Every year, it draws in more than 800 participants in 17 cities worldwide. And with each course, injured soldiers are learning how to adapt to civilian life once again.
I've been out of sorts for a long time, just sitting at home, and this is something that I want to do for me, for my health, and just to show other warriors that are out there, and other guys and girls that are out there that they think that you might not be able to do it, but you know what, you can do it.
Victor Rivera is a retired Air Force soldier. His wound? Cancer caused by smoke inhalation from burn pits in Iraq. Ryan Schieffer was also part of the Air Force until 2008, when a training gone wrong paralyzed him from the waist down.
I did 2 tours in Iraq and 1 tour in Afghanistan, and got hurt back in 2008 in a pre-deployment training exercise in California. Humvee that I was in flipped over. I broke my back and my neck, collapsed both my lungs, broke 2 ribs, cracked my sternum, broke my shoulder, fractured my skull. Pretty lucky to be alive.
Like Victor and Brian, wounds caused by war change their lifestyles forever. But the most difficult wounds to overcome are the emotional ones when these soldiers returned home.
The thing that I would tell you is that you see so many different things while you're over and deployed. Not so many bad things, I'm not saying, but you're on just a heightened sense of security. You're on a heightened sense of looking around, making sure everything's safe. And because you're always at that heightened level of security, you sort of adjust differently. And you're with a brotherhood of individuals over there, men and women that are going through the same thing. So then when they come back, and they don't have that same brotherhood, maybe they're not in a unit, maybe they were reserves, maybe they got out because they got injured, and they don't have that sort of camaraderie, that sort of esprit de corps. So they're looking for that.
It was the advice from fellow service members that motivated both Victor and Brian to ride.
I talked to other guys that did this ride. There's a guy in my hometown that does it, and he does it all the time. So I called them and I asked him, I said, hey, what do you think about the Soldier Ride? And he was like, do it. He goes, it's going to change your life.
Once you're here, you know you've made the right decision. And nobody really ever leaves this trip unhappy about being on it.
During the Soldier Ride trip, wounded warriors discover their injury cannot sidetrack them from life.
I would say the hardest adjustment for the warriors isn't necessarily the new physical aspects that they have to deal with. That's part of it, but I think it's the emotional aspects, the socialization, the engagement piece. So that's why, to me, these rides are so great.
Just trying to get back out there and mentor to some of these guys that are been hurt after me, and let them know that life still goes on.